Back with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, the 1940 Britain campaign. So where we left off last episode, it's been kind of interesting over the past few months or turns. Battles per se kind of dried up, but there's been the battles which have occurred have been convoy battles, and British ships had crossed over, and we had two convoy battles very, very close to the entrances to Wilhelmshaven and Emden, like one right here, one right here. And then the Germans kind of counterattacked with a convoy attack of their own right here, just off Yarmouth. And now, I don't want to read too much into that. That's probably just kind of battle generator random stuff. But it kind of makes a nice narrative. Kind of a tit for tat on convoy raiding. And that's what's been happening recently in this war over the past few episodes of the series. Germany has sent out peace feelers twice. They've been rebuffed both times. But the war continues. And we're now just beginning the third year of this naval confrontation. We had a couple of battleships. Let me sort. We had a couple of battleships, two more of the Canada, which is kind of our smaller economy class. The Bulwark and the Albemarle enter the fleet. They're at Scapa Flow with the other battleships, or most of the other battleships. They did come in with low cruise, so I'm not going to put them on sea control just yet with the others. And then we've got two more of the larger battleships coming in 5 months, and 3 encounter class light cruisers coming very soon, as well as one more destroyer, which I just started I think last month as a replacement for HMS Obedient, which was sunk in one of the recent convoy battles. With the addition of those two battleships, I would not be surprised at all. They just built this month, January. I would not be surprised at all if we impose a blockade on the next turn. We'll see. We now have 8 capital ships compared to 7 for the Germans, combined battleships and battlecruisers. And of course, we greatly outnumber them in both cruiser classes, particularly light cruisers, which I can't say for sure, but I kind of perceive that light cruisers, at least if they are designed with high range, I've noticed in the past they seem to make an outsized, proportionally high contribution to power projection for blockade purposes. That's what I think. I can't state that I know that for sure. And they've got a few more DDs than we do, but not that many. So I gotta think blockade is very, very close. And I guess the one thing I did off camera since the last episode is HMS Duncan, one of our battleships, finally completed her repair. And I'm sending her back up to Scapa Flow with the rest of the battleships so that she is in a North Sea port. All right, let's head on into February 1942. Okay, this is the third time they've asked for peace. As we've done before, we're going to recommend to our government that we refuse. Wow. Wow. This is the largest battle we've seen. This might be the largest campaign I have seen, or the largest battle I've seen in any campaign. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty long episode, particularly since I've been trying to play at slower time compressions. There's still a pretty big torpedo thread. They've got 4 cruisers, all of which are loaded down with the things. Even the battleships, they've got like 1 torpedo tube per side, and so these are not a torpedo thread, but they are armed with them. I don't know that we've really seen their destroyers very often, enough to have an idea. I think they've got like 1 triple launcher. They're very similar to ours, actually. Now that I remember, they're kind of heavier on the gun side, and they've got quite a few 4-inch guns. Not that many torpedoes. It was kind of interesting how close our O-class destroyers and the AIs were. I don't think we even saw these guys until after I had designed and built the observer class destroyers. Okay, off we go. Germans are kind of going all in here. They're losing. They're trying to get us to make peace. Basically, they just send everybody out, trying to force a decision here. Let me pause here and kind of get an idea of what all these divisions are doing. Already in sight of somebody. They do have 3 battleships here compared to our 1. Okay, Audacious in a division by herself. The 3 heavies in an independent division by themselves. 3 other heavies. Wow, I didn't notice before. We got pretty much all of our sea control configured heavy cruisers in this. Except Lancaster's in being. I think this may be Lancaster's first battle. I mean, she's still veteran. Okay. Alright. We got 2 light cruisers in screen right in the middle of everybody. That is a recipe for disaster. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set this division to independent. And then I'm going to split Manchester off for now, just while we get everybody sorted. I'm going to turn town just to get her to slip back here behind these the battleship and these heavy cruisers, to eventually kind of get some free room to join Manchester. And Manchester can slow a little bit until talent gets over to her. All right. And Omega is also screening. Don't want that. She needs to be independent for now. Kind of send her off this way. And she doesn't need to run out ahead of the fleet either with her 40 knots. Slow her down to about, let's say 32. And I want to make sure all torpedoes are turned off. I think it's been seen in the past. I have a bad idea of when I, first of all, don't want to waste them. Second of all, I don't want them, you know, they'll fire torpedoes with their own ships kind of in the way if you let them. Okay. Everybody's still 24, or yeah, 24 kilometers apart. I think I can go X3 for now. Kind of get everybody, especially the smaller ships, kind of sorted here. I forgot to actually give town a course. I think that'll work. Okay, town, go ahead and get in division with Manchester. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, now which one of these are the battleships? There's one. Okay. And that is who Audacious is firing upon. That is not who Audacious is firing upon. So my idea here is I think I want Audacious to slow down a little bit. Let these cruisers get a little bit ahead of her. Fire from behind them. And then I'm going to have the cruisers kind of turn left, clear their starboard sides, and send a bunch of torpedoes downrange. Oh, that's not a battleship. Wait a minute. What I want them to do is I want them to target torpedoes. They can shoot at this ship, that's fine. I want them to target their torpedoes on this guy. For later. Cruisers have 12-kilometer range. And actually, they're just about there. Going to go ahead and have the cruisers kind of head over this way. Kind of lost track on what the light cruisers. Well, they can speed back up for one thing. Audacious can fire secondaries at this cruiser. That light cruiser is not having a good time of it. I would kind of prefer if she goes down before she pops off torpedoes, because she's getting a little close. Okay, she's just fired torpedoes, I believe, at looks like Black Prince, which is kind of odd. I would have expected her to be firing at one of the ones closer to the front of this line. Okay. You know what? I am going to... Instead of doing the detach thing, I am going to give the avoid torpedoes mechanic a chance to work here. See how that goes. Saw in an earlier episode that it seems to work pretty well, but it kind of puts them in AI mode without showing this yellow. Okay, that guy's gone. Without showing this yellow AI control, and then to get them out of to be able to control them again, you got to turn them. You got to turn AI on and then back off to clear it and get them to respond. Okay. Shift fire to... I think that is a destroyer. A destroyer, I still prefer not to get much closer. I think they were firing at that destroyer anyway. I want to find. Okay, here's that torpedo spread here. Lancaster and Black Prince are maneuvering already. Those aren't. Oh, no, those are gunfire. That's not torpedo wakes. Okay, she's still firing at what I believe is a German battleship. Her secondaries on this destroyer. Meanwhile, this division of cruisers, it looks like they're shooting at one of these two. I think I'm okay with that. More torpedoes, some launched by this destroyer. And from her triple launcher. Most likely aimed at Roxborough. Now the avoid torpedoes, it's obviously working for these two. I don't know if it works for the flagship of a division. I am going to get her to turn. Actually, that is not a battleship. That is a heavy cruiser, the Irene. Okay. I want you targeting this ship with torpedoes. Same with the other heavy cruiser line. What's our... I know I sent them back a little bit. Why are... But, man, they seem awfully far. They're making 37 knots. Kind of taking them out of the battle. Well, the general tenor of the group is heading this way, so they're keep going that way. I'm a little worried about Lancaster and Black Prince getting separated. Have they avoided these torpedoes yet? No, they're right here. But it looks like they're going to be fine. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of fire coming down on Audacious, and these are 16-inch armed German battleships. I think I'm going to have Audacious turn. No, I just messed up. Keep going this way. I prefer not to lose her. She's not even firing at a battleship. Because Because earlier I thought that heavy cruiser was a battleship. Keep your secondaries on this destroyer till she goes down. Okay, these torpedoes have been avoided. Turn off torpedo avoidance. And just for a moment, put this division on AI control and then back off. Okay, wait. I didn't even see those torpedoes. Looks like they kind of avoided them through dumb luck. Those might have been fired at Audacious. Okay, these things have torpedoes aimed at Gneisenau, 13 knots away. They need to get a hair closer. I'm not really retreating this division. I'm just trying to get so that they get some integrity going. I'm going to have Roxburgh loop around the stern of Black Prince and then get everybody headed back this way in this division. Lead ship of this heavy cruiser division is just at the ragged edge of torpedo release range of Gneisenau. How's Audacious doing? Not great. And this darn destroyer is still alive. That's annoying. Okay, there she goes. She won't be able to shoot again. That's good. Distance to Gneisenau down to 11.9. Still heading this direction. Once Antrim gets to... Okay, everyone is at max torpedo release range. Aimed at Gneisenau. I'm going to go ahead and put torpedoes on normal. Someone's been shooting at Omega. Actually, I want the light cruisers to kind of follow behind. These heavy cruisers will egress this way, and the light cruisers will come in behind them, and they will also shoot. Kent has fired. Drake will soon be in. I think Drake and Drake has fired. So let's go ahead and get him moving away. And I don't want Audacious to completely disengage. Rudder damage, he's not going to turn very fast. Let's get the Roxburgh division headed up this way. They still got orders to fire torpedoes at Gneisenau. Antrim is fired. What exactly is Gneisenau doing? I don't know where our torpedoes... There's a spread. I think that's Antrim's. I think Kent and Drake's spreads maybe already went past. Okay, it looks like 3 torpedo spread, at least. There may be a couple more that have not been spotted. Apparently fired at the heavy cruisers, which if they continue their turn, that should be all we need to do. No, here's a different spread, which I think came from Irene. Ooh. Okay. Right, this spread I'm not worried about. This spread looks a little bit more problematic. Possibly targeting the light cruisers, but I think more likely targeting one of these heavies. I'm going to turn Kent back this way for now. And as those get closer, I'll pop on torpedo avoidance. Omega has faster torpedoes, which means they're shorter range. She needs to get to 10 kilometers. Nine kilometers. Let's see, there were some torpedoes right in here that just showed up. Are those ours or? Okay, those are ours. They were fired on Gneisenau. They're going to miss behind her. But they might get Kaiser Wilhelm der Gross. This is looking a little scary here. Some this way, some this way. I'm going to go ahead and give the torpedo release for the two light cruisers. And the idea is that they come up here, they turn, fire off, and then I'll tighten the turn kind of back over in this direction. We'll see if it plays out that way. Manchester, torpedoes released. I'm turning her tighter both to stay away from these torpedoes that'll be coming over here, and also so they don't get all tied up with the heavies. I don't know if Omega's... Well, hold on a minute. Okay, Omega U2, fire. At Gneisenau. Town has fired. I would like for Omega to do so. It's well within range. Come on, pop them out. Let's see. Is her torpedo launcher damaged? Is that what's going on? I can't tell from the diagram. Screw it. Omega, just get out of there. Matter of fact, you're not going to contribute much else. Just retreat. Meanwhile, I've kind of lost track on what Audacious is doing. She's still back over here. Still firing at long range. Fine. How about the Roxborough division? Okay, they're getting up. Okay, they're kind of within torpedo release range. No friendlies in the way. So as they get good shots, I don't know if Omega's going to make it. Can you smoke? Not yet. Oh, wait. No. Don't go that way, Ken. Don't go either way. Here, just go straight. And I'm going to turn on the torpedo avoidance for this division. I think the lights are okay on their current course. Roxborough has just launched. Oh, interesting. This battle started. I don't know what the starting time was, but I thought all the battles started at 3 hours. This one was obviously more, at least 3.5. It really hasn't been going that long. It feels longer just because I've had so much of it on slower time compression. I don't think Audacious is firing it. Are they? Yeah, okay. That was kind of an optical illusion. There's a hit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know if Drake's gonna avoid... Yeah, okay. That was pretty close. Antrim's avoiding torpedoes. Is she going to avoid town? Kent just needs to maintain and kind of stay right in this gap here between these torpedoes. Lancaster has fired. Sure are a lot of German ships still keying on this one destroyer. Can you smoke yet? No. Yeah. There. Drake and Antrim have avoided. Kent is not... She looks safe, but she can't maneuver yet. So I'm just going to leave things as they are. This heavy division turning away, kind of following the light cruisers. Black Prince has just launched. If there was a torpedo hit on Gneisenau, I missed it. It doesn't look like there was. Where's Audacious? Okay, I think that's fine. I don't think... Well, she's not looking too hot. Fettin. Well, somebody banged up Kaiser Wilhelm. I guess that... could have been a torpedo hit that I missed. We have actually done substantially more damage than the Germans have. It doesn't feel that way, but I guess that's primarily from that first light cruiser that we sank. I think they have concentrated their damage a little better on the destroyer and on Audacious, who, frankly, I would just kind of like to see retire. I'm trying to get her turn, but right now it's slow, and right now she's presenting a flat target. Okay, Kent is past the torpedoes, so I'm going to turn off torpedo avoidance, pop them on AI real quick. I want her going this way. And now Antrim and Drake should fall back into the division. How's the Roxboroughs doing? I don't think Gneisenau took any torpedoes. I don't think this other battleship did either. I don't think Omega's going to make it out of here. Just going 13.5 knots. If they want to catch her, they can and they will. At least she doesn't appear to be taking a lot of fire right now. They've decided they want Black Prince. Okay, Gneisenau looks like they've decided they've had enough. Moving away. Audacious is making still almost 20 knots. How are the German battleships doing for ammo? Eisenhower's down to 261. Kaiser Wilhelm, 300. Vetten, a little over 300. They do have reduced gun ammo. It's kind of an Achilles heel of that German class. They're not on the verge of running out yet, though. Whatever her other problems, Audacious does still have plenty of ammo. If we can get in a position where she's kind of back here in the back, not taking any more fire, she can still do a lot here. As a matter of fact, she's not going to do much to wear down, but if she targets a cruiser, her 16-inch guns might knock them out. Get another sinking here. Thor's having a little bit of problems from somewhere. The 0.8 for now, but once she gets aimed, that'll be better. I hope. Ow. Looks like we've had a collision here. Wonderful. That's my inattention. Okay. Get away from Kent. Or rather, can't get away from town. Slow down a little bit too, so Drake and Antrim can close up. Omega keeps puttering along, trying to disengage. She's a little bit of a sacrificial lamb, though. I'm not going to keep a bunch of heavy cruisers, and definitely not the battleship, around just to save her. Well, they might wind up colliding back in the other direction here. Just let's have town detach for a moment and just loop around. Now then she'll be in trouble with Drake. Here, head over this way. 37 knots. Nope, Omega is taking some more fire. She still can't smoke yet. I don't know if Audacious is going to make it out of this. I mean, they've got plenty of closer targets. They're keying on Audacious. Oh, I need to turn their torpedoes back off. And turn everyone's torpedoes back off. Town can fall back in with this. Okay, I've dragged it to the wrong. Okay, there's Audacious. Okay, yeah, all right. It's the two light cruisers. It's just a town happens to be the leader. That's workable. I'm gonna have these light cruisers kind of loop around, maybe fire torpedoes again, but just kind of form a rear guard. So, doesn't look like any of the German ships have recently fired torpedoes. That's fine. Can I head over about like that? You'll be way behind the heavy cruisers by the time you get over there. I didn't specifically say so, but if it's not clear already, yeah, I'm pretty much disengaging. We did sink a ship. I think that was a light cruiser. And I think we got a destroyer as well. So, you know, if the battle were to end right now, we'd have a modest victory. I'm kind of trying to preserve that edge, especially trying to avoid losing Audacious. And the Germans are kind of, you know, they don't seem to disagree with that general trend. Audacious is making 14 knots. I kind of feel like Omega is really the only thing that's keeping contact, really, between the two. Well, no. I mean, she's not spotting our ships for the Germans. I'm guessing it's radar that's doing that. But Audacious is not actually. 26, 27, 26. She herself shouldn't really be spotted anymore by a German ship, I wouldn't think. Do they have Gen 1 or they have Gen 2 radar? Maybe so. Let's not lose track of what our light cruisers are doing. Nowhere, even they are 20 miles out, 21 kilometers rather. I'm not going to bring them into torpedo release range. I am going to smoke them though, just on the. I don't think it matters. Omega can smoke again. Just on the off chance that seeing through smoke may interfere with spotting. I don't think it does, but it doesn't hurt to try. Audacious is about to go. She's still making 10 right now, but she might be. No, it's not dropping. Yeah, it is. She's basically slowly coasting to a stop. which even at this range is making her easier to hit. Viteen still 2.2%. Kaiser Wilhelm 2.7. Gneisenau 1.4. It's not high, but it's high enough where they can. She's not far from. And meanwhile, Audacious 0%. I think the torpedo threat, though, is... we can speed this up a little bit. I think. We're not inside their torpedo release ranges. Probably could have done that a while ago. Okay, it looks like Omega is the only thing still drawing fire. That was high caliber, and that came from the direction of the battleships. Their cruisers are over here. That tells me Audacious is not spotted anymore. In fact, maybe nothing is spotted except for Omega. It feels kind of cold-blooded, but sorry, Omega. It'd be kind of cool if there was, you know, maybe an abandoned ship function, and another ship could kind of get close to take off the crew or something, instead of just consigning the entire crew to their fate. I think that probably did Omega in right there. 16-inch hit. Sort of wish I had not smoked up the light cruisers earlier. They're on cooldown. If they can see anybody, yep, there they go. We're going to start firing on Manchester. End battle. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, as I mentioned, came out a little ahead on victory points due to higher damage. We sank 2 ships. I think... Oh. I thought we sank a light cruiser. We sank their 2 destroyers and we lost 1 of our own. Given the fact that it was a 3-to-1 mismatch in battleship firepower, coming out with a modest victory, I think is... I'm content with that. Audacious, though, is going to be in the yard for a long time. She just came out of the yard, too, just a month or 2 ago from her last fight. 10 months at $10 million a month. Which is a little cheaper than the Sea Control she was in, so, eh. Okay. Well, pretty big battle. Fairly inconclusive result, but a minor victory for the Royal Navy. The big bid by the Germans to come out and try to maybe get a bigger victory to influence the peace negotiations thing. That's how I'm interpreting that. A little role playing. Didn't really work. It was almost like it was kind of like a Jutland in a way, in that regard. In any case, we'll head on into March 1942 in the next episode. Thank you for watching.